Hi guys, welcome back to Kitchen Wargamers and welcome back to my kitchen. And tonight I'm joined again by Tom.
You alright, guys?
This is going to be our third battle now.
Yeah, I think third, yeah.
Yeah, and just remind the viewers of the score. Is it
Currently 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah, the Americans are pushing hard.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got to try and pull something out of the bag here. The Americans have pushed out of Normandy and further into France. We've come across this gaming table run now, and we've called it Crossroads to Hell. Basically, there's a crossroads and a little town in the middle.
And it's going to be hell.
And it's going to be hell, especially for me, probably. As you've probably seen in other battle reports, I haven't won yet. So, fingers crossed on this one. So, anyway, guys, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's see you in the game. Hi guys, just talk through the table. We're playing on the 4x4 one this time, and as you can see we have the Crossroads to Hell. Now basically what we've done, we've put an objective over this side, one slap bang in the middle and one on this side. So what we're going to do is deployment zone wise, we've measured in from the corners 18 inches and we're going to make a line straight through there, and basically this will be the German deployment. And next to the lovely cup of coffee, that's the American deployment. The same again, 18 inches in from the corner and straight across. Okay, we'll see you in game. Okay guys, so here's the armies. Today, as you know, I always run the Germans. I've got a Waffen-SS platoon, reinforced with a bit of armour. So I'll just walk through it. I've got 1, 2, 3 6-man units. They're all with rifles and an LMG. Obviously the counters, as I spoke before, there to show my Panzerfaust so I don't lose track of how many I've fired. At the back is my main corps. It's a 10-man unit, all with assault rifles and 2 MMGs. So hopefully they can dash out a good bit of damage. Okay, got a heavy mortar team with a spotter. Now one thing I've not mentioned in games before, as you know, when you have mortar teams, you have to pay for a spotter. But as a house rule, what we do is we don't pay for the spotter, you get that for free. Because we all think a mortar team should have a spotter anyway. So we just include it as a free model. Okay, sorry, my fourth 6-man unit, the same again with rifles and an LMG. My Panther, which is a regular tank, and it's got my lucky number 13 on it. My HQ unit, again, these are all armed with assault weapons and a Kiebelwagen, which is like the German version of a Jeep, and the command unit's going to be in there so they can flit around the battlefield. Okay, Tom's army, he's got 1, 2, 3 regular troop units. They've got 2 bars in each unit. All the rest are with rifles. Even though the NCOs have got submachine guns, we're classing them as rifles. It's so we just know who his sergeants are. His command unit, all armed with rifles. He's got a 10-man veteran paratroop unit from the 101st Airborne, and they've got an LMG with them for a bit of backup. He's got his famous bazooka team, which worked wonders on his last game and took out my Tiger tank within a couple of turns.
Man of the match.
Man of the match, yeah. He's got a heavy mortar team, again with this free spotter. At the front he's got his aircraft spotter, which will be this Typhoon British aircraft. And he's got 2 Sherman tanks. These have been upgraded to the 76, I think, which gives him a heavy anti-tank gun on each one. Okay, and that's the armies. Okay, end of turn 1. No action this turn. We've just been moving on the table, and because of the distances, nothing much to shoot at. So I've got 2 units come on here, both advanced. My commander's in the Kiebelwagen on the road. This unit's advancing up the road. My mortar team set up in this position, obviously giving me a bit of cover over on those sides of the field. This unit's advanced. I've got my spotter in this, sorry, just kicked some over. My spotter's in this building, so to give me a bit more wider view of the battlefield. And I've also kept in reserve my assault squad and my Panther. Okay, over to you, Tom.
Okay, end of turn 1 for the Americans. So just a wide view there. I've got my mortar spotter way over here in the corner. A bit risky because he's quite near enemy lines, but good vantage point. So I figured I'd stick him down there. We've got my paras and regulars supported by my commander coming in on the right hand side with a mortar team here with a view of the road and the open field to the left. I then have a squad of regulars, 2 squads of regulars, and a tank on the left hand side supported by a bazooka team. And then I have a tank in reserve.
Okay guys, here we are at the end of turn 2. It's just been manoeuvrability again. This unit's run up, the same with this one. My commander's moved up, giving some support behind. These guys advanced up the road, but looking down at that beast down there. This 10-man unit came in from reserve and moved on. This unit's run up to the house, and that's pretty much it. And my Panther failed his morale test to come on this turn. Okay, over to you, Tom.
End of turn 2 for the Americans as well. So we've got paras and my left lieutenant. I've moved up to here with the regulars just managing to get inside the house. Give a nice view of the crossroads of death. We've then got the bazooka team. They moved up from further back, and I managed to bring my tank on. He did have a shot at those chaps right down there. He got a pin marker, but no deaths, so he was at a fair range. The mortar also had a pop at them down there as well, but again, missed. My aircraft man, he's waiting for the right time to call in his Royal Air Force. Well, it wouldn't be the Royal Air Force, would it? Who would it be for the Americans?
It's the American Air Force.
American Air Force, there we go then. Regulars moved up to there, and then I've got a tank and some regulars moving up on this far left flank here. Not sure what we're going to do, but they look quite scary, so I thought I'd send them up there and give Mark a fright. Brill.
Okay guys, here we are at the end of turn 3, and Tom's inflicted a bit of damage. A unit that was here took 2 casualties and they advanced up to the building. A unit here took a casualty and they moved up to there as well, and my commander's hiding behind the building as well, so just pan out a bit.
There must have been a few cases of beer there or something.
Yeah. I think who did that guy belong to?
There was a squad on the road moving up, and I shot it with the tank.
Yes, yeah. So that squad took some damage as well, and there's a unit in there, took a few pin markers. Sorry, they were the ones from that one actually. My mortar team fired, needing a 5 on that building there, and missed, so they need a 4 on the next turn. My assault squad run up to here to get a bit more closer to the action. Got that objective in their minds. These guys advanced to the building, fired across to that unit, and nothing. And my Panther came on, made a shot in the side armour of his Sherman there, managed to get another pin marker on him, so inflicted 2. And he went down, so he can't do anything further for that turn. He rolled for a turret jam and passed, so yeah, he's still in action. And that's me.
Okay, end of turn 3 for the Americans. So my para group, they managed to move up from behind the building here, and they took a few pot shots at a squad which was over here by the objective and managed to take 2 out. My commander, they've moved into the building and they took a few pot shots in this building here and got another pin marker on. I think I've got 2 in there now, yeah. This group of regulars, they fired at the squad over there again, but didn't really hit anything. Or they may have put a pin marker on, but they didn't really do a lot. I think it was the Paras which did the majority. And then my bazooka team has moved up from further back here somewhere.
And I've just knocked your spotter off the table as well.
Oh yeah.
Where was he?
He was over here.
Another casualty.
Another, well, yeah. So my mortar team, they took a shot at. I think they were firing over here somewhere, taking pot shots, and they didn't really do much damage.
Yeah, that's why they moved to get out of your range, because you went down to needing a 4 of you.
Yeah, it was getting low, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And then the artilleryman, well, he's seen this big boy popping up, so he's starting to move around. He's not really done a lot at the moment. Again, I've not really utilised him very well. The tank and normal regular group, which we're moving up here, I thought it'd be really cool to move them up, like in the old films where the troops run up with the tanks to support it. But big boy over there turned up and ruined my day. So now the infantry have just moved forwards and they're currently shooting the men in that tank there. So that's the Americans' turn.
Okay, here we are, start of turn 4. I've got the first dice out the bag. So let's see what I can do against that. I've made me roll. Have I hit it? No! Okay,
Turn for action at turn 4. So, pulled a bit of a fast one here. I've activated my commander, who has then activated these 2 squads next to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire with my commander and this squad over here, who've already got 2 pin markers on them. And then these guys are going to leg it in, out the building and into that building. So we've got the dice set up here, so we've got something like 10 or 11, 12 shots, something like that. We've got 4 from the LMG and then 8 other men, so yeah, 12 shots.
where are you going to roll?
I'll roll on the road of death. We need 5s here, by the way. So that's 4, and then we need
5s again.
Yeah, 5s again. So no deaths, but another pin marker. So we'll get that in a minute. And then we have the 3 gentlemen in there. Again, 5s and 5s. Oh, we've got 1 and nothing. So that's 2 pin markers on them. And then we'll charge in with these 8 men. So let me just collect these dice. You get to fire at me, don't you, Mark?
I would do, but I've done a bit of measuring and you're within 6 inches, so I can't shoot you.
Oh, brilliant news, brilliant news.
Straight in. So. And just so I don't forget, I've upgraded all my Waffen SS to Fanatics. Oh. So we'll see that in action.
Well, you didn't tell me that. So let's have a look. So because they're fighting through a window, does that mean...
Yeah, because basically there's like an obstacle between us, so we fight at the same time.
Right, okay then.
So I've got 2, 4, 5 men in there. So I need my 5 dice.
Alright, do you want me to roll first?
Okay, so you need 5s.
You need 4s.
Oh.
3. Hoo-hoo! 3 deaths.
Okay, let's see what I can get. 2. So Tom's beaten the combat, but because I am Fanatics, I keep fighting till the end.
So you've got 2 men left in there.
Yeah, and you've taken your 2 off?
Yeah, they're there.
Okay, so 2 men, 2 dice.
Right, I'll go first.
So it's rolled together. Oh,
Whew.
2.
Both dead.
So let's see if we can get 2 more out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
There we go. So I've knocked him down to half. So morale check as well.
Right, okay.
So you're regular, so you'll need 9. Oh, 6. He stays in.
Brill.
Okay, my officer, has just issued 2 orders himself to move in the building. He's put this unit on ambush and this unit to advance. However, they got a pin marker. I've just rolled for their order test and FUBAR.
That's double 6, that is, Mark.
Yes, FUBAR. Let's see what happens. I'll roll it on here. And it's a 1. Friendly fire. So basically this unit can see Americans within 12 inches. So that unit is yours now, Tom, to fire.
Oh, I get to use some German weapons, do I?
Yeah, against my men.
Right, oh, fair enough. How many shots did they get?
So you got an LMG, which is 5, rifle 6, 7, 8 shots against anybody within their range.
Right, okay.
I'll just double check, is it within range or the closest? Yeah, closest.
Closest unit then, is it?
Oh no, sorry, I'm just reading the rules because first time we've come across this. No, against anybody.
Well, I'm going to go for the closest anyway, which is your commanding officer.
My commanding officer.
Yeah. So that's a 3 to hit, but because they're within 6, is that down to a 2?
Yeah, and he's in the building as well, so he's got his hard cover.
Oh, so is it this full? I was going to fire at this one now. I'll fire at that one.
Fire at that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be straight up 3s.
Right, what we got? We've got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits on 4 men. So you need 5s again.
You don't get the best luck, do you,
No,
Mark?
no. Oh,
1.
just lost 1.
And a pin marker.
Let's take him out. These have got to go on to a fire order and a pin marker on that unit.
It makes sense.
Too bad.
It makes sense. They have just been charged from across the building and seen an entire group get wiped out. They thought, well, I don't know who these men are next to me. I fought for 3 years against them, but I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Turn 4, a bit more action. So Mark's moved up his assault squad here to fire on my poor blokes there behind the wall.
So they're all equipped with assault rifles, and I've got 2 LMGs. So I've got a handful of dice.
Bloody ridiculous.
And I need 6s, but knowing my luck, probably all 1s.
Well,
Here we go.
I'm not going to comment on that.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You got another one there.
5. Not too bad.
That's all right, considering it's 6s.
Needing 4s. Do that one again. I dropped it. 3 dead.
3 dead. That's better than I thought.
Oh gosh.
End of turn 4.
Okay. So, as you saw all this carnage before, these guys went into FUBAR, fired at them, killed 1. His men run across, did damage in that. I can't remember where we're up to. So much has happened on this turn.
They ran across, beat them up, and then those men moved in afterwards.
Yeah. You wiped him out, didn't you?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. These guys advanced, fired at these guys, did a few casualties, as you saw. These guys opened fire from the building. They did more damage. My Panzer fired and missed, yeah.
Your mortar?
My mortar fired into this building, hit the top floor, but the shot went down to the ground floor where his men was, and as you can see, I wiped him out and got a point.
They got blown out the windows.
Blown out the windows. Okay, that's basically me. Over to you, Tom.
So, we lost a lot of men this turn. So, Paras, we pulled this crazy turn here. Probably not that crazy, but it felt crazy for us. I managed to take a squad out in there. He's then moved in and continued blowing up my old men. Bazooka team, they've not really been man of the match this time. They've been stuck down at the back.
You had a pot at them, didn't you? But
Yeah. I wanted to get them towards the tank, but I had a pop at them and they didn't do anything. He had a pop at the tank right over there, so it's good distance, side armour on it. And it was just on 36 inches as well, so it was within range, but didn't roll very well and lost it. Over here, we're not going too well. I probably should have put them men in the building, but they were having a nice shootout with them, and then these rude guys turned up and ruined all the fun. So there's only 2 of them left, so they are a small target and they're behind hard cover, so they're going to be hard to kill off. So it's probably going to be up to this group. Again, like I haven't learnt from the last 3 games, I tried to move this guy with 2 pin markers on him, and he ended up just going straight down. So now he's a complete open target for... Is that a tiger over there? Is it
Panther?
Panther. Either way, just as scary. So we're looking pretty rough at the moment. End of turn 4 points. So point each, and there's currently 12 dead for the Germans, is it?
Yep.
And 14 dead for the Americans. So still pretty tight. I mean, the Germans count for a lot more because they are elite or veterans.
Veterans, yeah.
Veterans. And mine are regulars, but even so, it's still a lot of men off the board. Turn 5 action. So we did a bit of firing with, if you just come over here, Mark, I fired with this one at the marked tank and didn't do anything. However, this one managed to pass his morale test. So I didn't follow what I said last turn at all. I didn't rally and decided, right, sod it, let's go for it. So passed his morale test, pivoted 45 degrees and shot. I rolled a 6, a 6 again, and then a 4. And that all accumulated to a lot of smoke and a very unhappy Mark.
Yeah. Me tanks. Me tanks. Okay, turn 5 action. My assault unit have advanced up, and they've fired 2 Panzerfausts at his Sherman. Did I do anything? At last, I get a kill. 2 Panzerfausts, both hit, both penetrated, and they both scored to kill. One was a 4, one was a 5. Yahoo!
Usually his rolls are rubbish. Ridiculous. End of turn 5.
Okay, so as you saw, there's a bit of palaver going on. Basically, I've got 2 units staying in ambush. My command team got shot to pieces, and the one man who passed his morale test moved into this building, and there's a bit of fight going on, but I'll let Tom finish that one. My mortar team fired at his full unit down there and missed, but they needed 5 next time, but as you can see, they moved. They
caused a bit of smoke.
Yeah, at last, 2 Panzerfaust and 2 hits. These guys in the building ran across to have a bit of close combat over here, and 2 of them got mowed down as they come out the door. I'll let Tom talk about that one in there, and basically that's it for my turn.
You've got this guy as well.
Oh, and this guy, he's just hanging around, just keeping a point away from Tom. Everything he can to keep a point.
He's pretty much just using fuel up over there.
Yeah.
So, wow, it was all in the same team, but yeah, so turn, but we had the business going on here before. They shot into that house there. They shot into that house there. Then the squad in here got pretty much annihilated, and his one lone commander, Leroyed himself into that house, and my bazooka guy ran in there and whacked him around the head. I've been watching a lot of Kung Fu recently, so he must have taken up some of that sort of fighting. Mortar team, they have been popping off at these guys because he was stood there still for 2 turns. Got it down to a 4, but still haven't hit him. And over here, obviously he died. Man of the match right here. These guys got pretty much wiped out. Then this squad charged in to take out the remaining 3, which took out them. And they lost 2 guys in the process against 3 men. So they're not brilliant at hand-to-hand, but they have just been legging it along the side of this table here for about 20 minutes. So no wonder that they're a bit winded. My artillery spotter, this guy is just a very, very expensive points collector for me. He's currently sat next to the point in the middle of this bombed out, ploughed field. I haven't actually had a chance to use him. I've really placed him poorly, and I did that last game, so I really need to sort that out. So still very, very close. So end of turn 5 scores. So I've got 4 victory points to Mark's 3, and I've got 19 of the Yanks are dead.
20.
20 for the Germans.
20 men.
Blooming heck. So, yeah, well, there's going to be some flags getting delivered to doors, that's for certain. Okay, end of turn 6.
Okay, so the Germans. This unit here stayed where they were, and obviously you can see they're all been taken out. This unit was going to advance to this marker, but failed their morale test. So my cheeky little Keeble wagon, who's been hanging around here, just driving around in circles, having a bag of fish and chips, a bit of schnapps, decided to move up. And in our games, it's any unit, any vehicle can claim an objective. Obviously, because it's a transport as well, I had to be careful about his men being too close. So he's closer to friendly units and he's closer to the marker. So I've got a marker.
We've said within 6 inches for claiming markers.
Yeah. So my assault squad, after taking out the Sherman, that leader there is going to get an Iron Cross for that. I was struggling thinking about the points. Anyway, I noticed this little cheeky spotter over here. So they advanced up and just laid down a hail fire and got me that point there. That's pretty much it. My mortar team, they fired at his mortar team and did nothing. I was hoping for what people do on me is the last roll of their mortar, they get 6s and take units out, but it didn't happen to me. So yeah, that's me. On to you, Tom.
Okay, so the Paras, which they've been pretty good this game to me. They've been pretty good every game to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
They moved up, and I needed an extra point at the time to take the lead. So they shot the hell out of these, took 2 guys out, and then the last guy failed his morale and fell on his own samurai. So that was good. Bazooka Man, he was here. He's legged it around the corner here to stay safe from those a billion shots squad, just to protect my own points. Same with my commander. I mean, really, I probably should have ran him out and tried to contest the centre point there. And it might have done it. It might have reached, I don't know, a 12-inch run, but I don't know now. But it's the end of the game. Again, silly me, left him out in the open. He did absolutely nothing this game. He was rubbish. He has definitely got most useless man of the match. Mortar team, again, most useless man of the match. They didn't hit a single thing. All Mark's stuff was moving too much. I suppose that's the issue of having such a large game board.
But they did the last game we played, last roll, wasn't it? They got 6 and wiped out one of my units.
Yeah. They're not getting fired yet because they won the last town. This guy moved up and around the corner to shoot at what was assault squad around there. I was considering ramming them, like going full torque, stick it in 4th gear, ram them and get in to contest that. But there's that group there and they've got 2 Panzerfausts and we saw how that ended last time. These guys, they were in the building, but again, I took a bit of a cowardly way out and I legged them from the building down here. And it's a good job, really, because they captured the point, reassured the point. But I originally did it just to keep them out of harm's way, so these guys didn't run in melee and take the point, kill them and take a point off me.
My squad here, these had quite a few options, and it was just me trying to figure out what would be the best route to go by, especially when he pulled back those out the building as well. Yeah, luckily that guy was on his own, and a load of shots against one guy. I got him.
Yep, so shall we have a look at the end points, Mark? So, quite a few dead. There's a few more on the table. Probably about 6 or 7 more men on the table mixed between both squads. But so as you can see there, I've got 5 points on the board and Mark's got 4. However, he has captured 1 and 2. It's within 6 inches. That back guy lagging behind. He didn't do cardio day and lagged behind, but he's captured the point for him. And I got the 1 over there. So it's ended up being, what is it, Mark?
A draw. I actually haven't lost, but it's a draw. So I'm happy.
Very good.
Yeah,
game.
so we'll go to a quick recap and see you soon, guys. Hi guys, welcome to the recap. Yeah, I was quite happy I didn't lose. My Waffen SS army, I was quite pleased with it. It's done really well for me. Shame I lost my tank, but I'm going to stick with this list and just jazz it about a bit. But yeah, really good game, and it's the first one we played on a bigger table, the 4x4.
Yeah, I must admit I do prefer the bigger table, because what we find on the little one is you move on, then instantly you've got action. Whereas this, there's a lot more. You're moving around the table, getting stuff in position, and because you've got more area to cover, but the same sized army, everything's spread a bit more thin. So if each squad counts, so like last game, I had that one squad who did a runner right to the edge of the table and just took a ton of shots.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to do that this time. But I enjoyed it. Like the movement speed from the tanks as well. That really got taken into account.
Yeah, because before they didn't really move much, did they?
No.
It was just unlucky about my Panther over here, because what I was intending to do was take out his Sherman, and then I was going to go around this flank and just get in behind him and just cause some havoc. But unfortunately, he was lost there. And my assault squad, that's a 10-man unit with 2 LMGs and all the rest had assault rifles. My aim was to, what they were doing, just swipe through this side with the Panther as backup as well, just to, you know,
They're
put
perfect.
you off.
They're perfect for going in the middle of the town. They're so scary to go up against. Like, as soon as they came in, I saw a big squad. I was like, I'll just mortar them. I'll shoot them with the tank. No, they took out my tank. Mortars were useless, and then took out everyone else. They're absolutely terrifying. Like 30 odd shots.
Something like that. Yeah.
12 plus 10. Yeah. So 22 shots from them. And you need a 5 to wound them as well. They're minging. They're absolutely minging.
Plus, as well, if they did get into close combat, if they do any wounds with the assault weapon, they can immediately re-roll them wounds to do more wounds. So basically, they get 2 hits each. And I give everyone fanatics as well, so they'd fight till the last man.
Yeah. So, I think it would have been. I think I would have probably taken the middle quite easily if it wasn't for that squad. That squad held the entire middle, quite frankly. So you need to give them some sort of reward. I don't know if it's extra rations or I don't know some new boot shoelaces. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll get them some schnapps on the go.
Yeah. I was quite happy with the move around here though, with the tank and the people coming around, because I got quite far in the end.
Yeah.
I ended up pulling back, and that tank's still there. But I thought it was quite cool. I liked running the troops up with the tank. They do work. It does actually work supporting them.
Yeah. Your paras as well, that 10-man unit. Every time you've played with them, they last till the end. And I'm always worried about them. And again, they did that damage over there, and I was getting worried about losing that side of the table again.
I probably should have pushed up with them.
Yeah, it's just that they hung back a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think if they kept pushing with them, you would have secured that.
Yeah.
No problem down there.
Yeah, because you had a lot of ambushing behind that townhouse there.
Yeah, my troops went ambush a couple of times behind that house, expecting him to come round, and so I could get some damage in on him as he moved round. They left that till last, and I wasn't in ambush. But yeah, overall, it's a brilliant game. Really good.
Yeah, and it's quite fitting to have a draw at the end of it, because I think throughout it there's points where I was thinking, right, I've lost too many men now. I'm a goner. And I'm sure you felt the same.
Yeah. Virtually troop by troop who were taken out was level, and the points stayed pretty much level, didn't they?
They did.
The order dice.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just seemed, looking back, it was a draw.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, look, thinking about the actual match, there's 2 things which I can majorly improve. Bazooka man needs to get him in a better position. 24-yard range. It's fair. It's a massive board, so it is always going to be difficult. But artillery man, he didn't get anything off. How many points is artillery man?
Your bazooka?
No, sorry, this guy who got shot at the end, the plane guy.
Air spotter.
Yeah, air spotter.
Yeah, I can't remember, it's 100 and something points.
Yeah, so that's 100 and something points.
You could have a unit of troops for that.
Exactly, and he did absolutely nothing. So
your unit of troops, there were 8 men, 2 bars, 98 points for regular.
Right, okay.
You could have had another unit of them, yeah.
So definitely you need to utilise him more. Like, even if I'd stuck him in the middle here and run along and just called in a few airstrikes or something like that, it would have been more than running around like I don't know, like he's got ants in his pants.
Yeah. So guys, that's to the end. Very good game. A deserved draw, really, the way the game went on. So please remember to subscribe and to put a like on, and put any comments. I always read them and answer back. And just remember, guys, to make it, paint it, and play it. And we'll see you in the next one. See you guys.
Right, Mark, I'm rolling for me mortar.
Oh, you nearly got the 6.